And we are back once again here in the semifinals with the absolutely beviest beauty of Cora once again joining me again
Oh,
for the
goodness.
semifinals.
And of course, we've got Nutters, the fabulous Nutters. Do you go by
Aw,
Nutters, or is that just something that Summer made up?
that's just something that Summer made up.
Because I like it.
It is actually, in fact, my last name. My last name is Nutter, but there is no S
Okay.
on the end. Back to
Well,
the semifinals, we have BS's own LBYS. And once again, I just want to put out congratulations to all semifinal participants. All four of you are walking away with BlizzCon points. So congratulations to all of you for making it this far. You have gone through a field of 252 participants so far to get to where you are right now. So congratulations. Back to the game at hand. It is LBYS taking on, I want to pronounce this correctly, jtamonda. So
okay. That sounds good to me.
yes, I was gonna say I want to make sure I do people's names justice because I know my last name's not great.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard and you learn to live with mispronounced names, but if we can get it right, we're going to get it right. All
And
right, looks like game one's just starting.
perfect. So we know what LBYS is going to be going with. That'll probably be his paladin, his druid, and
His mage.
freeze
That
mage.
freeze mage we saw.
And his opponent is running druid, paladin, and hunter.
Okay. Good
The
lineup.
hunter the hunter could prove to be difficult, but I think if the hunter runs into the paladin for LBYS, that could bolt
Hmm.
out really well. So jtamonda is starting out with their paladin,
Yes.
and LBYS is starting out with his very heavy ramp druid. Right now, it looks like off of the opening, LB didn't start off with the greatest opening. He doesn't have any wild growth, doesn't have any innervates. Actually,
Yeah,
I
it's a
haven't
little
even
heavy.
seen an innervate from LB.
You're right. I
Are
don't think we have.
I would think that would
Interesting.
be extremely weird if he cut that. I
I
don't think
feel
that
like
would
it.
be a cut.
I feel like it's an instant ad for all druids. So I don't know.
Absolutely.
I guess
Now
we'll have to ask him.
yeah, here is the paladin. I think you're probably mustering. You've got two in hand, so even if they get rid of one, I think you're coining muster. I don't like
Yeah,
just the single dude right now. You do not want to get into a late game with druid.
and he's got. Does he have an acolyte in hand?
Yes,
Is
he does.
he does? Okay, so he could have coined muster and then followed up with an acolyte and just hoped that the druid doesn't have a swipe.
Now the paladin could coin out consecration right here if he's that worried about this shade of Naxxramas right now, but
I
it
wouldn't be. I don't
I
think
don't
so.
I don't think so either, but it still bodes to the question now. Okay, now you're sitting with two muster for battles, the Emperor, Sylvanas, and a consecration in
Yeah,
hand.
his hand is pretty heavy.
And LB on the other side, turn 4 is Senjin Shield Master. He's got Wrath that he can play on either of the turns. On turn 5, probably. Turn 6, Sunwalker, and nothing feels better than turn 7, Dr. Boom.
Absolutely.
But I think 100% you've got to see a muster for battle. You're worried about swipe, yes, but you still. I don't like the Acolyte play here.
I wonder what he's playing around. I guess yeah, I guess swipe. And he probably doesn't know that LB is running the taunt variant.
Well, he's about to find out real quick right now with Senjin Shieldmaster coming down on 4
Yeah.
and 5. And he decides to uncover his shade.
Okay. I like that.
It it's okay because you can consecrate here as the paladin to get rid of the shade, but I think if
Hmm.
you don't, you do have the owl in hand, so you might use the owl. You have Aldor in hand also, so you have some different answers that you can do.
Yeah.
For the paladin right now, I'm not sure where I want to go.
It's a tough call on 4 mana, although he does have the coin for 5. That doesn't really accomplish much. Sylvanas is going to be really good, but unfortunately you're a turnout for that. I think maybe Aldor is not bad on the Senjin. But
And
then,
then
yeah, then it's a
Ascension just
question of
becomes a
what do
dude
you.
killer.
Yeah, I guess. And then the Sylvanas won't be as good. It's a tough call.
Yeah, and that's what I think that jtamonda is going with right now. Because I think turn 5, you're probably coining Emperor. You've got a lot of cards in hand, and I think you want value.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Oh,
jtamonda is just saying, you know what? If you had a swipe, you probably were going to use it. If you don't, I'm going for it.
yeah.
And gets rid of the shade, so now that shade's not going to continue to grow. Senjin Shield Master's not there to provide support, but you've already used your owl, and guess what's coming behind it? Sub-Zero 4G. That big old
Yeah.
belcher is just going to stand
The
in its way.
the swipe here would be just fantastic for LB, but I think yeah, I think that's still a pretty good play. Doesn't seem like the Paladin has too much that they can do now that they used the owl already.
And with no coin in hand, okay, we can consecrate on 5. You can play a
Mm.
Shredder potentially, but you don't have that ability. I still would have liked to have seen them keep the coin because you could have coined out Emperor here, turn 6, played Sylvanas at a 5 cost, and everything in your hand drops down. So that consecration drops down to a 4. Then he's got to deal with the Emperor that came down on 5. I would have liked to have seen them keep the coin.
Yeah, I think there's definitely value to both plays. In one case, he would have had that shade still up, but then with the consecration, you could have gotten rid of it. So I think, I don't know. I guess we'll see how it works out. It was a tough call. Definitely.
Here's the Wrath. I like the Wrath first for 3 on the Shredder. You want to see what that Shredder is going to drop. And once again, placement on the Shredder, it's
Very
hype
important.
on it over and over and over again. If you have minions on the board, Shredder goes in the middle.
Yes.
Always. It should always go in the middle. If you get Direwolf off of that, if you get Flame Tongue Totem, which are both 2 very common cards, you want that value in the middle. Placement can be huge.
Yes,
And
I
now
completely agree.
with 4 mana for LB, are you slamming down this Senjin, or are you going to hero power and get rid of the other?
A 1/1.
He's going to
I
hero
feel like
power.
just because of quality consecration could be a possibility on 6. Obviously, we know that it's not quite yet, but I think that was good. Maybe save some stuff. Obviously, next turn is going to be Dr. Boom.
And we see 2 Aldors in hand. And I think right now, as the Paladin, I think you have to go with Emperor Thorazon. That's what it's here for.
Yeah,
It
just
is
bring
here
down.
to reduce cost of cards and to make people deal with it. And right
And he's
now,
got a nice sized hand.
And if he runs that Mad Bomber into the Sludge Belcher, LB does not have enough damage on board to kill off Emperor Thorazon without having to hero power or using that Savage Roar in hand.
Which is just not something that they want to have to do. The Druid doesn't want to have to give up combo pieces.
Absolutely. And I think with 5 other cards in hand right now for the Paladin, I think 5 card value is pretty good for the Emperor right now.
Absolutely.
And
but then again, he could be thinking maybe Sylvanas.
But what Sylvanas target do you really have right now? You want, in this matchup especially, when you've seen Ascension Shield Master and a Belcher, you really want to make sure that you get in that.
All right, he went with the Tharasan. Good play. I like it.
Sorry, I'm just also adminning at the same time. Yay!
I'm playing mid-range hunter on ladder.
Aw. See, she is multi-talented, ladies and gentlemen.
Aw. 3 stars into rank 3. Going legend.
She's a triple threat, folks. So turn 7 right now with Dr. Boom on. I think you're probably going to wind up outdoing Dr. Boom. I think that's pretty much a given. So
yes.
you're gonna either eat 2 off of that. They played the shield and mini bot, so are you gonna? They're gonna consecrate. Wow, you are taking a big risk that Emperor Thorazon does not get killed right here.
Definitely. But Maybe he's
and it
planning on
got
trading with Thaurissan. Yeah.
and he did. But
Okay.
I still think that's a huge risk that you just took right there.
If the bots had killed it, you would have left up
A
a
7/7 Doctor Boom.
7/5.
Oh, 7/5, correct, because of the consecration. But I don't like the feeling of Doctor Boom sitting on the other side of my board with just my shielded mini bot, or worst case scenario, just my little 1/1 dude standing across from Doctor Boom at 17 health.
No, not at all. Oh, you know what? I should have put my shredder in the middle. I just got a direwolf. Well, it didn't matter. But always put your shredders in the middle, people. All right, Eldor coming down on the Sunwalker. I like that. It's sticky, so reduce some of the damage.
Now, for LB, he's not going to get a whole lot of value right now off of Big Game Hunter. So we know there's another Sylvanas in the other hand, but Sylvanas is so tempting to put out right now just to be a big body.
Definitely. It's
and I think LB is
the biggest thing he's got. Yeah, I think it's actually they're both at a comparable point right now. Obviously, LB's got more health, but hand-wise and board-wise, yeah, I think they're pretty similar. All right, we're going to see that Sunwalker coming off. Perhaps another Aldor on the Sylvanas, maybe?
That's actually a really awkward choice right now. Do you worry that if you use the Aldor on Sylvanas is looking to die. So if you play your Sylvanas second, you run the risk now that if you Aldor Sylvanas dies and steals yours. So I like this muster. I really like this muster to give as many targets as possible. But
yeah, just ensure that the Sylvanas takes something you don't want.
I think you need a quartermaster. That's what you need for a big draw right now.
I haven't seen a big muster quartermaster play in this tournament yet, which is surprising.
Neither have I. If they steal Belcher here, nope, he gets one of the dudes. And once again, let me harp on this. Please place your shredders in between cards.
It can never hurt. It can only help you.
Even if you get Doomsayered, you're still losing your whole board no matter where Shredder goes.
Exactly. Oh, Lore's a great pickup.
Yes, it is. But I think you have to play it, but in the back of LB's mind right now, I think he's wondering, okay, where is Quartermaster? Swipe can be huge.
Oh, and there's a swipe.
Swipe can be huge. Both of them are sporting Big Game Hunters with no Big Game Hunter targets.
That's rare. You don't see that.
We might see the dueling elves with shotguns just facing off against each other.
Well, we know the Paladin, I believe, has Dr. Boom still. LB used his already.
And we know LB runs the KT.
Yes.
So we'll have to see how this plays out.
Ooh, Lorewalker Cho. Oh, wow. That's gonna...
Lorewalker Cho.
That is gonna trade swipes. Wow.
Oh, I don't know if you can give him the value on it.
But he's got the Sylvanas, so you can't play your Ancient of War. He's just gonna take it.
Oh
man, that's a bad
choice
position
for LB. And you don't have something like Muster for Battle to throw down.
Wow, that Lorewalker is really gonna mess with his plays.
I'll be really taking some time to think about this, and I'm sitting here thinking about it myself, thinking, okay, I can't use Innervate. If I use Innervate, he gets a free Innervate. If I
Hmm.
use Swipe, he gets a free Swipe. But I almost think you feel like you're stuck in a corner. I think you have to swipe. And
Maybe
I
it's his
think you're
only
swiping Cho.
option, but oh man,
I think you're
I just
honestly
feel so
swiping Lord
bad.
Walker Cho.
Oh, where's he going with the Sylvanas?
I think
But
he's
if you're,
hoping to get back the swipe from
mm-hmm,
the Paladin to use.
yeah,
I know you want to
oof,
kill off Sylvanas. That's absolutely detrimental because you can't play your Ancient of War if you don't.
mm-hmm.
So I like this engine. They're hoping that they're just going to run in
Well, there's the
Sylvanas.
quartermaster, a little late.
Oh, one turn late. Otherwise, if this was a turn before, you just saw all of those little dudes
Mm-hmm.
just graduated from basic training and just became real soldiers. Congratulations.
That's a fantastic analogy.
I figured, it's a good idea. I am in the military, so I figured it'd be, might as well use my talents
Yeah,
for something good.
use what you know.
So, right now, I think it's a tough choice as the Paladin. You don't really feel good about Aldoring Extended Shield Master.
No.
Swipe, if you swipe, you're giving it right back. So I think you're crushing in your Sylvanas.
Mm-hmm. Which is what LB wanted,
Yes, it is.
because
And
it gives
now
him
I
a.
think 100% you're about to see the Ancient of War come down. Because
Mm-hmm.
even if he Aldors that, okay, I'm a 110. Plow through me.
Absolutely. I think he's gonna throw down the quartermaster.
Do you throw down the Quartermaster now, or do you wait till next turn and get 2 bodies out of it? I think I would have waited. I mean, LB is still sitting at 21. I think you need the 2. You've used both musters. I think you
Yeah,
needed to wait.
you got to get some more value out of it if you can. He's got another quartermaster though, doesn't he still?
We don't actually have the deck list up right now, so I
Oh,
can't
so he
actually
might
tell you.
just be running
I
one.
know a
Okay,
lot of paladins are only running 1,
interesting.
and the reasoning behind only running 1 is because, quite simply, it's just it's one of those cards that it's so reliant on something else. It's another 5-drop slot that you're taking with Quartermaster when
Yeah,
you
that
could
could be
have
filled
something
with
like Belcher, Harrison Jones. There's a lot of really good 5-drops.
Yeah,
And
that's definitely
speaking
true.
of, Harrison Jones, not going to get a lot of value here, but it's another 5-drop that's in pretty much a standard paladin
Hmm.
card that gets teched in.
And it's actually going to be kind of hard for the Zero to remove.
Yes, it will.
So,
He's used both swipes, I believe.
yeah.
So,
One of them we can see in the Paladin's hand.
yes, we can. So he may actually get that back. But I think that's probably going to be a last resort from the paladin is
Yeah,
to give back that swipe.
but he doesn't have any way to get rid of that Lore Walker.
And see, he's going to hero power this turn anyways. I still really think he should have waited on that quartermaster. I really think that was not a good.
Yeah.
And throws
Oh,
out a well
throwing out
played.
well played. What is
Are
that?
they assuming that they just have combo right now?
I don't know. I guess.
And
If he draws the force, he's got Innervate, he can win this turn.
yes, yeah. Oh, that's a good
But
draw
he
too.
doesn't get it. That is a good draw.
Get you in.
That'll pretty much ensure that he gets it for the next couple turns. Or
Wow,
he'll just get double
double
keeper. Oh
keeper.
my goodness. Wow.
Not a lot of great value on that.
Now he's healing 5 to the Paladin, back up at 24. And that Aldor just pretty much made that Ancient of War just useless.
But it at least put them in a good position.
Mm-hmm.
The Outdoor may have done some damage on the Ancient of War, but the Ancient of War is still standing there like, hi, I still have 4 health. Still have to get through me. Sure, use your true silver charge on me.
Yeah, that's true. You think they're going to be throwing wild growths back and forth?
I don't see a problem with it at all. But right now, Paladin really put themselves in a really good position because if you look at LB's hand right now, it is just extremely clunky. Like, you've got 2 Keeper of the Growth. For what? There's no big.
Yep, there's no Tyrion.
Yeah.
But at the
There's no
same
big.
time, you're like, I gotta save one. But you really can't.
Absolutely. And you don't know if Tyrion's sitting in their hand right now. If they had Tyrion, I think you would have seen it
Mm-hmm.
already. I
All
actually
right,
really
there's
like
one of
this
the big game.
BGH play. I would immediately drop down BGH. I really like this play.
Yeah.
It's another body. Yes, you can keep or the Grove it, but it's still another body on the board.
Just gotta, I mean, he's right there, almost got lethal on board. You just really need to push for that last little bit.
Ooh, and there's a Sludge Belcher, though.
That's nice. Keeper the 4-2. Belcher's
And
gonna
Sludge Belcher behind it to eat up some damage.
make it a little bit harder.
He's giving him an Innervate, but once again, they're both at 10. What are you innervating, really, at this point? I like the fact that he innervated for the hero power. You need the help. So kill off one of the dudes. You're forcing them to use the other True Silver charge, which I think, oh man, Lay on Hands could become big. But once
Wow,
again,
that's
Lord
really
Walker
great.
Cho is sitting on the field. So
Oh, you cannot
right
give
now,
that to your opponent.
right now,
He's got
your
a
hand
handful of
is pretty
spells.
much dead. So you use your last True Silver charge. You can't. You have nothing else going on. I think you're going to have to Wild Growth and Excess Mana to try to draw something, because you're not giving that Druid a Lay on Hands. I think that would be the last card I would play with Lore Walker Chill on the field right now.
Oh, I do not want to give that. Absolutely not.
And you're not swiping because you don't want to get swiped right back and have your board disappear, because your hand right now is nothing. And I don't see LB wanting to kill Lore Walker Chill anytime soon.
That is just. I mean, oh my gosh.
Both players have played so many threats, that they're
feel
both
like
just running out of steam. And there's another
there's
swipe
another
for LB.
swipe,
So
but
there's
do you
the
really
second.
want to give
Do you want to
your
give your
opponent a
opponent
swipe
two
back?
swipes? No. I don't think I do. I think I'm going to keeper that Quartermaster,
Oh
or keeper I'll probably keeper Aldor, hero power, take that out, and probably kill the dude.
At this point, do you even really want the Lore Walker off the field? It's preventing your opponent from making so many plays.
Yeah, I don't think you do at this point. Right now, nope. Lore Walker Cho is it on the field.
Yeah, just
But the problem
leave it there.
LB is sitting at 13. Oh man. Dr. Boom is going to be met by a little
By the
gnome
big
with a
game
shotgun.
hunter. The one he has saved. He must have had that card in his hand for, God, 10 turns now?
And the Sunwalker that can eat up the damage off the boombots. Oh, man.
Oh,
And that's really great ordering by LB. That is great ordering. He got rid of one of the boombots beforehand to make sure that his big game hunter was not about to be killed off. So you draw into Lotheb. So at least now the Paladin has a minion. But you're also sitting on 6 pretty much dead cards in your hand. The 2 swipes, great. 8 damage. Could do really, really well with. But right now, you've got the Sunwalker in the way. So do you want to give a swipe back to a Druid? Probably not. And if jtamonda has been paying attention, he knows that that card to the far left, the Savage Roar, has been sitting in LB's hand for a while. So he drives in the Boombot, and that is a very weak Boombot for a 1. So he's going to give him back the swipe. And at that point of him giving back the swipe, that gives, and it looks like we had a little bit of technical difficulties with Cora, so Cora should be back in just a second, guys. And now they're going to take the
opportunity. Sorry about that, my sound cut out again.
No problem.
And
there's Tyrion. Oh,
okay.
man.
Oh, and he's got the keeper still.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and that Ancient of War is huge. That Ancient of War is going to stand right in the
Mm-hmm.
way. In LB right now, I have still yet to see a force from LB this game, and it looks like LB is getting pretty close to the end of his deck.
Yeah, he just has not drawn one.
So Tyrion's about to be silenced.
Okay, obviously, yeah. Um,
Do you kill Lore
I
Walker
guess
Cho
excess
at that
mana for a
point?
draw.
When
I
you
don't know.
silence out Tyrion, are you killing Lore Walker Cho? Oh, that's about the most
That's a
dead draw
useless
in your
card.
deck.
All right, draw real quick.
Druid of the Claw is
Druid.
actually pretty good here.
Yeah, that's nice.
So you keep her out Tyrion, so there's no Ashbringer value.
Mm.
If you Druid of the
Yeah.
Claw, you can Druid and kill Lore Walker Cho if you charge it, because if you put it in taunt mode, then Tyrion's just going to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Well, you're
also
hitting
know.
Lothab with the Ancient, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm not
Okay.
going to let Lothab sit on that board.
No.
You know, yes, I may lose my Ancient of War to Tyrion next turn, but. And you know that your opponent still has another swipe in hand. So. And I think that's what's running through. Ooh.
Oh, man.
I don't know if I like the swipe here.
Oh, my God, that Lore Walker Cho has just completely messed with this entire game.
Lore Walker Cho, the real MVP. Oh, and LB just ate
Unbelievable.
9 to the is down to 9 after eating
Wow.
that to the face.
Oh, my
So,
goodness.
and there's 2 swipes and a consecrate in hand. So LB needs to draw some form of healing right now. And I can tell you what, Paladin is not about to give them their lay on hands.
No,
He's
not
going
at all.
to I
No
actually
way.
think this is a great strategy by the Paladin. He is going to try to fill his hand with useless cards right now. You're going to see that wild growth come down. You're going to see that
Mm-hmm.
excess mana come down right now.
Yeah, just play them all.
Oh, never mind.
Yep,
The
that's lethal.
Innervate gave him 4. That's right. The Innervate gave him the extra 2
Wow.
boost. Consecrate.
What a game.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
What a play between both players went back and forth. And Lord Walker Cho really changed the landscape of this
Mm-hmm.
entire game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So with the Paladin down for JT, we have a Druid and a Hunter left. So I'm assuming this is probably going to be a fast Druid and probably a
Okay.
Faith Hunter.
Oh my gosh, that was game 1.
Yes, it was.
That was such a long game.
And it was a grueling game 1 for
Oh my
both sides.
goodness. Yeah, I
Like
bet they're
some
both
amazing gameplay
feeling
between
it.
both.
Wow. Yeah, that was. Whew.
And that just goes to show you this is the reason why these
They
guys
are
have
in the
made it this far.
semifinals. Yeah,
That is
top-notch
some
players.
next level gameplay between both of them.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, just with that one game, they completely proved that they are more than deserving of being here.
And looks like we're just waiting for them to get going for game 2.
Okay. Probably some mind games, a little deck choice.
Yeah, I think LB is probably really wondering right now, should he go back to that Druid? And if he doesn't, what he should go with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going with the mirror matchup, but we
All
know
right.
LB is a ramp. We don't know what jtamonda is.
Yes.
Oh, I see a Spectral Knight in hand for jtamonda.
That's interesting.
I used
All
to
right,
see
LB got the
Spectral
wild.
Knights a lot.
Yeah, they were very popular for a while, but look at LB's hand.
Zombie Chow, Wild Growth. I like it.
Yeah.
So you're talking a turn 4 Ancient of Lore, coming down. And right now on jtamonda, they've got an Innervate, so they can bring out something,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're kind of, that's it for right now. You're kind
Yeah,
of
I mean,
stuck
Wild Growth
waiting for the min
2,
range.
then you can Innervate Coin Lore on 3. And I mean, from that point on, you were just so far ahead.
But that Ancient of Lore on 3 is going to play a huge part. Oh, wow.
Or on 4, 3, but 4 mana.
Yeah,
Oh,
4
wow,
mana, but
KT.
turn 3. KT coming down, that's kind of
Oh.
early for him to make an appearance. This
Mm-hmm.
Ancient of Lore is going to have to do a lot of draw work for LB, because if he draws like both Ancient of Lores after this,
Mm-hmm.
he's just kind of not playing anything for a while besides
Yeah,
that keeper.
and that would be pretty
Okay,
bad. Okay, Wrath is
there's
nice.
Wrath, and I like the keeper here. I like
Yeah,
the fact that he's
I
not
agree.
going to go for the Ancient yet.
This way you save your coin.
Yes, you do. And that gives you a turn 7 potential for Kel'Thuzad.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much from here on out, he could KT any point he wanted.
He could.
But I
He
don't think
could,
you're going to KT right now for a single Keeper of the Grove.
No, I would not. But, I mean, it's tempting. It's
I think
hard
you're
for
going
the
to
other
Wrath.
druid to remove.
I think you're going to Wrath that piloted Shredder right now.
I like it.
See what comes out of that Shredder before you decide what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you go down to 3 mana, but I think that's his best option. Oh, I don't know that I like him wrathing the Belcher
Mm-hmm.
over.
The
Oh, he
Shredder.
wrathed for 1.
Yeah. Kill it off and then hero power. Okay.
And there's a wrath for JT, so probably going to see him wrath that keeper away. See what he draws.
Yeah, I would think so.
And with 3 mana left, you can actually probably Lotheb right here. Innervate and Lotheb.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a really strong
Because
board.
that prevents the Innervate and the coin that you know your opponent still has.
Mm-hmm. And I think we would have seen a coin Ancient of War here. So now you're facing down 9 damage and you have nothing. You literally have to hero power pass.
Wow. That is just
And
absolutely devastating.
LB threatens with the empty board. I really like what JT has lined up in terms of draws this game.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like they were clunky to start, and
yeah, I mean, this is not how I expected this game to go, just because LB's hand was so strong. But I mean, he's really managed to shut LB down just at every turn.
LB has also drawn really badly. Once you had that opening hand, he has drawn into Kel'Thuzad, Force, Ancient. So there's been
It's
no
true.
Shredders, there's no Sunwalkers, there's no Sludge Belcher, there is nothing in the way of help.
He's got pretty much the heaviest cards in his deck all in his hand right now.
I mean, he would have been glad to see a Druid of the Claw right now.
Mm-hmm.
And LB just continuously spamming. You can see the frustration just in the spamming. There's Senjin Shieldmaster. You're a little late, Senjin.
Yeah. Okay, but the Ancient of War is pretty good. I mean, it does get silenced and trades with the Lotheb, but you've got the other one for follow-up. The only thing is you got to start being aware of combo. It could come down at any minute.
And we see 2 Force of Natures in hand for JT right now.
Yes.
And you're sitting down at 12. You are facing down 11 damage on board.
Wow, that's scary.
So
We got the swipe in hand as well.
I think if they don't kill, oh man, if you're LB
Would
now,
you go face here?
I think I do.
Because you've got swipe for finish.
I think I put as much pressure as possible on. Wrath for 1, see if you draw into combo.
Yeah.
Kill off your Shredder, and just drive face with Lotheb.
3/2 is nice.
Mm-hmm. Ancient of War, and he's going to bring out the Senjin with it. I like this play for...
Yeah, it's defensive, but it's effective.
you've got to put bodies out. I mean, right now it's a numbers game, but this swipe I think is going to do some big things for JT. You can swipe and kill. Well, swipe down to one, Senjin. You can hero power Senjin to get rid of it, and then you can trade your board into Ancient of War, and you can use one of your Force of Natures right now, and that puts
Yeah.
LB down to 6, and it leaves him an empty board. So that Ancient of Lore almost has to get used to
For
heal.
heal. Which
And
is,
that
I
is
mean,
not
by that
what you
point, you're
want.
just, by that point, you're already pretty much gone.
This is really nice, actually, because now he can swipe the Ancient of War. He can either trade the 2 minions in.
You can go face after that.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, he can
I like
afford
it.
to take a little damage, so that's fine. Just save the swipe for face damage, I guess.
Yep, and Kel'Thuzad is just sitting in hand with no
Pretty
value.
useless. Oh, he's gonna force for clear. That can't feel good.
And right now
is he at,
JT is 1 mana short of lethal.
is he at
because
9 mana this turn?
Yes, Force and Swipe would be lethal. So I think you're just throwing down the Ancient of Lore. Ancient of Lore, draw your 2 cards, and then
even if he
hero
lures for health
power.
next turn, he's still dead.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think that's great.
And there's that Spectral Knight back in hand.
Very interesting. I guess, yeah, that's a meta call over the Belchers, but I like it. Definitely hard for the Warriors to get rid of. Hard for the Priest, impossible for the Priest to get rid of.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's, even mages, you can't fireball it.
Yeah. It's just a really good card.
I think JT really hedged his bets on thinking, okay, that's a very silence-heavy meta right now, getting through taunts. So if I use a Spectral Knight, what's the advantages of that over a Sludge Belcher? Sludge Belcher's body is a 3/5 when it gets silenced. Mm-hmm. If I use Spectral Knight, it can't be targeted. It's a 4/6. It can't be held against priests. It can't really be targeted by mages.
Yeah, Rogues, I mean, you have to silence it just to be able to fireball it, which is just awful.
Mm-hmm. Rogues can't use spells against it, so it's another class that's difficult against it. Hunter, pretty difficult, but very well played by JT. He drew really, really well this game, and LB drew horribly.
Yeah.
KT into 2 Ancient of Wars is just absolutely devastating.
Yeah, it was just definitely some bad luck there, but oh wow, so JT's up 2-0 now.
Yes, he is. JT is down to his Hunter. JT needs to win with Hunter.
Okay.
If you're LB, actually, you tout out this Druid again? Oh.
I would, because if it's Face Hunter and you've got all of those taunts and you can manage to ramp into them, I think you've got a decent shot. And, I mean, you got to think.
And it definitely looks like Face Hunter, because I see a Worgen, I see an Abusive Sergeant.
Yeah. So I think you can almost assume that it's going to be Face Hunters nowadays. But his hand is
floating cards.
So clunky again.
He can innervate out a Shade, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was a smart choice just to pass Hero Power and on 2 and just try to play on curve. I think he wants to wait till 5 and innervate Ancient of War to try to make a big body.
Oh man, but if you're turn 5 against a Face Hunter, that's, I mean, oof. He'll probably, I would guess, Wrath the Worgen for 1.
Here's 7 damage right to the face on turn 2.
God. That's just ridiculous.
Oh, that.
Okay, the Keeper's good. I do not know if I agree with the Shade here. I think you need to mediate this damage.
I think I have to Wrath the.
I Wrath the 3/1
Worgen.
Keeper's coming next turn. Oh man. Okay, innervate
Hero
the Wrath.
Power and eat it. Yeah, he's Hero Power and eating that. Ooh.
That is ballsy. Oh my gosh.
That and that face hunter is just beaming with smiles right now, thinking to itself, "Thank you very much. My Oregon infiltrator just wound up getting me 6 damage.
Is he at, is that
He is at
15 health?
six. He is at
13 health?
16 health. 16 health right
Okay,
now at the
16.
end of turn 3.
Oh my goodness.
For everyone that doubts the effectiveness of Face Hunter at points,
There it
as
is.
much as I
And
may
he's
not
got
like it, but wow.
Eagle Horn Bow, double kill command in hand. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, even without
And the
a.
activator. He has the
Yeah.
Haunted Creeper in hand for an activator.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
let's just double it up a little more and
Let's just throw some knives around, because why
yeah,
not?
here's Dice Juggler. I'd probably kill the Shade.
Just to assert dominance. I'm a face hunter, but I've
Not
got so
even
much damage, we can kill stuff.
absolutely. Belcher's good right now, but it's still okay. Now I think you've got to play Creeper and kill command the Belcher, and then use your other bow charge to get rid of the 1/2 body. I don't see.
If you play the creeper and then just go face for 5, yeah, that wouldn't be enough. Oh man, but trading into the Belcher is the last thing the face hunter wants to do.
But it removes the Belcher at that point if you do the Creeper
Yeah,
and
and
kill
leaves you
command,
open for.
and then it forces LB again to have another taunt to get in its way,
Yeah.
and LB is still sitting at 14 with no Ancient of Lore in hand to heal up, no Sunwalker, no other Belcher, no Druid of the Claw right now. LB's got 2 turns till that Ancient of War comes down, and we know in Face Hunter there's at least 1, if not 2 owls. Very rarely I don't see 2. So they decide to go
I
with
think
Creeper and kill command. I think this is the right play.
they almost always run 2 owls because, I mean, they don't run Hunter's Mark, so you gotta have some way to get through it. Savage Roar is just not great right now. I think it's probably a silence on the Creeper, then hit it with your Shade and Hero Power face. Or I'm completely wrong. Okay, he's making the push. He says, I've got a 6/6 Shade next turn.
If you've got it, you've got it. If you don't, then I'm going for it, because if he Savage Roars next turn, he wins.
Wow.
But there's Ironbeak Owl to bring down that Shade from a 5 to a 2.
I actually really like that play that LB made. That was really great. Okay, if he puts it at 2, Savage Roar next turn is 11, 14. That's still 18 with the swipe if he doesn't remove anything.
Yes, it is.
So I guess
he's going to hope that
let's see
these
how much he's
knives do
willing to
some
get
work.
rid of. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And that
Wow.
knife held true
Could not be more
and
lucky.
held against LB on that
Oh
one.
my god.
So I think it's LB, this Ancient of Wars, most certainly coming down right now.
Or do you think it's swipe? He's got 2 of them.
Oh, man.
I think it's.
But look what's in Face Hunter's hand right now.
Yeah, 3, 6, 7, 8.
You've got 8 damage at least, and if he draws any
14.
type of beat, oh man.
Wait, is that it?
No, he's only got 7 mana.
Okay, because he doesn't
now.
have the mana. Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He needed web spinner right there.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like LB is going to survive this one and win with his Druid deck, so that will leave his Freeze Mage, which, in order for the Freeze Mage to beat this Hunter, is going to need its Ice Barriers early.
Yes.
And LB will also have
his Paladin, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, very nice. Killed off
the Sylvanas.
Mm-hmm.
3 to face. I like that.
And now here comes Agent of War, though, to say, yeah, sorry.
Mm-hmm. That pretty much just confirms what we already knew.
Hero power concede for the Hunter. Unleash the concede.
Coin concede.
Oh, we don't have any coin though.
He tried. That arcane golem was just a little late.
If that arcane golem came a couple of turns before, though, that swipe really changed this game around.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is. Arcane golem, unleash, concede. So LB will win this and bring the series to 2-1. So LB has his paladin left and his freeze mage. Now, if you're LB, which one do you think is your go-to right now?
I'm gonna go to the paladin, try to get the win that I know I can get, because I don't know, maybe get more information out of the deck.
I think LB's
get to
comfort
game
zone
5.
is his freeze mage. LB loves freeze mage. I think that's
He's
where
a big
he's
mage
going.
player.
Yes,
Okay.
he plays freeze mage a lot. I've watched him. I've talked with him a lot about freeze mage because both of us really love freeze mage as a deck, and it is his comfort zone. He knows it inside and out and knows it really well. I think that's where he's going.
All right, well, I guess we will see. He's going to have to win with both either way. So I
Yes,
guess
he will. Oh, he goes with the paladin.
Okay.
Wow.
I think it's just
Shield the mini
a little
bot is
bit
a great way
easier
to start,
to
though.
win with. Oh, absolutely.
Shield
If
the
you
mini
can
bot
get-
and
There's the
consecration.
consecration.
Oh, Ysera
Ooh, the
is not
Ysera.
what you want.
That
Owl is pretty good.
Yeah, I think mini bot's fantastic.
And
But he got that Worgen.
I
Unfortunately
apologize
for LB.
for the cell phone vibration. I'm not sure where that one's coming
That
from.
is me, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I will try to turn off notifications. It's actually Summer through the Line app.
Okay.
That's my bad, guys.
No problem. I just heard the vibrating in the background, and I'm like, I can't be the only one that's hearing that, so...
There. I believe they're off.
Alright, we apologize for that, folks. I actually hadn't heard that until now, and just was...
Okay. Yes, the cell vibrating was me. I don't know about the soda.
And so far, LB looks like he's holding out pretty well to start. Quick Shot, another one of the BRM cards. I honestly love Quick Shot. I think it is a great addition to Hunter. No matter what Hunter you are playing, whether it is face, mid-range, or even Feign Death, I think Quick Shot has to be included in every one of those decks.
Absolutely. I think it's just too good to pass up.
So right now, you're sitting as JT with Unleash. You want to hold Unleash and Juggles until next turn on turn 5. So,
absolutely. And you're hoping that LB musters so you can get some really good value out of it.
But he's about to find out that this Sludge Belcher is on the other end of this. And that Arcane Golem gave him the mana to do it, and LB gives him a thank you for it. So you are turn 5 as a paladin against a face hunter.
He thanked him.
Yes, he did. You are turn 5 as a face hunter, and your opponent is at 22 health. That is not what you want as a face hunter.
You don't want to have to go through that taunt to get to the face, especially without an owl in your hand.
You wanted some nice value out of this Juggler Unleash, and right now you have to play a naked Explosive Trap and a Hero Power Pass.
That is just...
That is a gross feeling as a face hunter. And LB will gladly charge in to trigger the trap before he gets a bow up. And here comes that Sylvanas that did so much work last game.
Absolutely. It's just scary to have on the field.
So right now, you still have no answer. Unless you quick shot as the face hunter, but then you still have to deal with... And here's the Juggle Unleash for 2.
Okay, Abusive Sergeant's good. Clean up a little bit, but
you clean
even
off
still, it's
a half of the Belcher. You still have to go through the other half now.
Unless this knife hits the Belcher, which it did not. Wow. And then you can just consecrate.
Yes, you can, and that entire Hunter's board is gone, but Hunter can get the Dream quick shot value. It can kill command next turn, and then quick shot, draw a card, quick shot. And there's the
5,
owl.
6, 7, 8,
That owl is
9.
about
Okay,
that
that's an
owl is
important
about
draw.
3 turns late. He needed that owl turn 5 for that Belcher.
But that means he can get the 5 damage KC.
Yes, he can, and he's about to give his owl over.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the quick shot value. Oh wow, goes face. And here, Eagle Horn Bow is really good.
Oh wow, that's actually
LB
very
has
scary
lethal.
if you're LB.
Muster, nope. Oh no, LB does not. LB doesn't play anything. Playing around on leash right now.
3, 4, 5, but he's got it for next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So LBYS will tie up the series 2-2 with his Paladin deck.
And we are
JT's
going
Face
to a
Hunter.
game 5.
Wow, we are going to see Freeze Mage versus Face Hunter.
Whoo-wee.
These
Strap
are some
yourselves
crazy
in.
games.
Lock the doors, put away the children. We are going to game 5.
Both of these guys really want to be in this final match, and they are playing like their lives depend on it.
And this is why, I said it before and I will say it again, this is why both of them have made it this far. This has been some great play by both sides.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
And in an update on our other semifinal match, it is going on right now between Chalk and Fatty Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we are, I'm not sure on the score of the matchup,
Okay.
but I am currently watching the matchup going on.
Oh.
Just for a quick second. I'm actually recording it for us right now.
Oh, okay.
So
awesome.
It is a rogue for Fatty Daddy and a warrior for Chalk currently.
Okay. Interesting. We haven't seen any warriors.
No. I know
except for Chalk, I guess.
Some ran it earlier. And it's a golden warrior.
Ooh, that took me like 6 months to get. It takes some serious dedication.
A lot of control warrior to get.
Yeah. 500 games.
Whew. So I just wanted to give a
Props to
quick
Chalk,
update on the other series. Getting back to this one as we go into Game 5, it is going to be a huge matchup between these two.
Yeah, this is going to be a great game.
You need early game. It is a mech.
It's a mech mage.
LB went away from his bread and butter and went to a mech mage.
But you know that is really smart.
Yes, it is.
That is very smart. And that's exactly the kind of tactics you want to see in Conquest. That's how you win.
Absolutely.
So.
And speaking of tactics like this, I have to say, if you like what you see from players like LBYS, we do have coaching available through VS. Vicious Syndicate's pros are willing to offer their services for coaching. You can absolutely get your first 30-minute session free. Absolutely free. You can 100% request any of our pros, and they will gladly teach you how to play.
A 30-minute free session, which I think is... I haven't heard of that from anybody else. So... I'm excited to get started coaching. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
You can even get coaching from the lovely, vivacious, beauty Cora.
I mean, I'm top 100 legend. I've got 4 golden classes. I know what I'm talking about.
And who wouldn't love to hear Cora's voice on the other end as you are playing Hearthstone?
Oh, gosh.
It has been a pleasure for me all night working with you.
You know, I'm having a great time with you too, Nutters. This has been a lot of fun. And I hope you guys are all enjoying it as much as we are, because we are seeing some fantastic games. This has just been a really exciting top 16 for me.
And now, getting back to our game itself, we've got the Cogmaster out for LB, and Face Hunter with both its traps in hand. No Mad Scientist.
That is rough.
That is a bad time. And no bow. So this explosive trap, yep, you're going to kill off my Cogmaster. Okay.
And just go for the Shredder.
And here comes Shredder right behind it. And on turn 5, you have Lotheb.
Yeah, or you can even I guess maybe you want to wait for some stealth creatures, get some more blast mage value, but I mean, I wouldn't see a problem with playing it to kill off that wolf rider, save your shredder. And I guess LB doesn't see a problem with that either.
Oh, and he took out the Wolf Rider. So
Very
now
nice.
you are faced. Oh, there's the Arcane Golem though. Oh, LB's trying to get inside of his head with spamming of the emotes. LB loves emotes. See,
I love
you can
good
hear for
natured
30
emotes.
minutes LB's emote strategy. Oh,
What is it for free? He'll
I
just tell
think
you
it's
everything about
great.
getting inside the other person's head.
Okay, if you're the face hunter right now, I've got Juggler, I've got Owl, I've got Arcane Golem, and I've got the other explosive trap, which really
Hmm.
isn't going to do a whole lot right now. You are
No.
both at 21 and you have 9 on the other side. I don't like the explosive trap here.
But what other options do you have? I mean, I guess juggler. Wow.
Honestly, I think you have to.
Okay, trigger the trap.
Mhm.
I like Lotheb. I think Lotheb is really nice. At this point, you are in a
Just in
position
case
to
of
push for more
Unleash,
damage than your opponent.
you want to block out Unleash, you want to block out Kill Command right now.
Hmm.
Even you block out Animal Companion also. Wow. It looks like JT's. And there's a fireball in hand for LB. Oh man.
That
He needs to
is.
clear. He needs to clear something.
I think he knows that. If that juggle lands, oh
And it goes
man,
face.
that's horrible.
Wow. I think this Arcane Golem's going right into Lotheb. And I think Juggles has to
That's
go into the Goblin Blast Mage.
but that's still game. Oh wait, no, that's 11. He would be one off.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness.
That's the only way that JT stays alive right now. And I think the reality of it setting in for JT is my face hunter has failed me 3 times right now.
What? That's so surprising to me.
It's almost unheard of to see face hunter just not be able to pull a game out.
I am very. You know what? I think it's because LB was smart enough to switch to the Mech Mage. I think that had he stayed with Freeze Mage, this would have been. It could have been a completely different game. Oh my goodness. And LB is going to take this series and go to the finals. Wow.
LB going to represent BS in the finals. Great. I have to give it to both players. That was an absolutely great matchup by both of them.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to LB on advancing to the finals. And congratulations to jtamonda. JT is not leaving without anything. JT is going to be receiving BlizzCon points for making it this far. And you know what? I certainly hope that we see JT come back next week for it because you know what? He played phenomenally well.
Yeah, he had some great games. And I mean, all of our top four are getting BlizzCon points, so everybody's going to be able to get into the last call qualifier, hopefully. And I'm hoping we see some of these guys at BlizzCon because then we can be the ones to say, aha, I told you so. They are great players and they deserve to be there.
I knew you back when you started on Tuesday Night Hype.
I have the VODs to prove it.
Our other semifinal is actually still going on right now, so we will be taking just a little bit of a.
Well, we would love to interview him.
And it looks like we will be having the pleasure of LBYS coming in to interview with us after that big semifinal victory. So I'd actually really like to hear his thoughts when he was down 0-2, how he was feeling.
Yeah, I want to see how he managed to completely reverse kill. Just turn it all around.
So this should be very interesting to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
But I've still got to give it to JT. I don't want to take anything away from him as much as we sat here praising LB and LB is part of Vicious Syndicate, but I want to give it to JT again. They played phenomenal, and it is very rare to do what LB just did against a face hunter, beating it 3 times in a row with 3 very different classes.
Easiest game of my life. Just kidding.
And that glorious voice you hear right now, folks, is LBYS. LB, first and foremost, congratulations. Welcome to the finals.
Thanks, man.
And
Yeah,
secondly, how did you feel being down 0-2? I mean, me and Cora were sitting here watching this, seeing that Ramp Druid go down 2 games in a row, and then knowing that Face Hunter was what you were going to play. So when you got there and were down 0-2 and saw Face Hunter, what was going through your mind?
I don't know. I felt pretty confident. All my decks were pretty favored, except for the Paladin was the least favored, and I drew well. I drew what I needed to
what was, because we know you played Freeze Mage in your prior match, but obviously you switched to Mech Mage in this one.
Yeah, that's a 50-50, and Mech Mage is like 75% favored against Face Hunter, so there's no way I'm taking Freeze Mage.
Yeah, no, it was obviously a great choice. I know we were surprised when we saw it.
We were both pretty shocked. I'm like, LB's bread and butter, his go-to deck is his Freeze Mage, so
like, the better matchup was Mech, so I took that.
But I like it. I like the fact of changing it up, and Cora even said the same thing. That's what gets people as far as they do, is being able to read and change and adapt.
Yeah.
And you certainly did that.
Yeah, just some great games. I mean, that reverse kill, it's something you hear about, it's something you dream about getting, and you got it, and it was really, really good play. Just great games.
Thanks.
Now the other question that everybody wants to know, okay, maybe just particularly me, is how are you feeling now going into the finals as the host team, Vicious Syndicate, that hosts this, representing us now into the finals? How do you feel? You could be the first Vicious Syndicate player to win Tuesday Night Hype.
I really want to play against Chalk.
Chalk has been here quite often.
Yeah.
Chalk plays a lot of Tuesday Night Hype. So
has Chalk won before?
He lost in the finals. I casted it like 2 weeks ago.
I know he's a great player.
He's
seen
really
a lot
good.
Of him.
Do you know anything about? Obviously we know a little bit about Chalk because we've seen him before. Thaddy Daddy. Do you know anything about Thaddy Daddy? Is there a reason why you want to play Chalk over Thaddy Daddy?
Well, I know Chalk. He's been on my friends list for like 6 months, so.
Okay.
And I've gone over some decks with him, and it's pretty fun.
Oh, okay. So
maybe see a finals between friends.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I got to ask you. I see it all the time with you in games. You and spamming emotes.
Oh
you
yeah.
Love to spam emotes.
It tilted him hard. He raged at me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He was like, no respect, and he went off. So it worked.
Well, even still, I got to give it to them. They played extremely well in that matchup. I can't say anything about them. I mean, they ran as best as they could, and Face Hunter unfortunately just didn't do it. But you, LB, I got to give it to you. You played phenomenally well with all 3 classes.
Was there anything you thought I could do better, or any interesting plays that I made?
Shredder placement.
Oh yeah,
Shredder placement. You think you would know, but if you don't get this drilled into your head by the end of the tournament, put it in the middle, man.
Absolutely. Nothing bad can come of Shredder being in the middle. If you get a Doomsayer, you lose the whole board anyways. It can only help you. But overall, I thought you played phenomenally well. How did you feel? We saw the second game with your Druid. You had the early game, you had the Zombie Chow out, then you had the coin, you had the Innervate, you had Ancient of Lore, and it looked like you were going to start out pretty well. And then your next 3 draws were KT, Force of Nature, and then both Ancient of Wars. So how are you feeling after you drew 4 of your largest minions back to back to back?
That was pretty unfortunate. What really decided that game was he innervated Lothep going into my 6, so I couldn't do anything on 6.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Cora were talking about it at the time. I was like, that is a phenomenal play because even though he can't see into your hand, we know you had no play going on. And I'm like, I can only see LB fuming right now, sitting
Yeah.
there being like, I can't do anything. This is turn 6, and I can't do anything besides hero power pass. Am I a priest? What is going on?
Yeah, it seemed like that druid was almost going to lose it for you, but you were able to get that win and bring it back, and now you're in the finals.
I gotta say, phenomenal. Once again, extremely well played, LB. I wish you nothing but the best of luck in the finals. And as much as Cora will be the unbiased announcer, I will not be. I am rooting hard for you. I want to see you win it.
Yeah, thanks.
I unfortunately have to be the unbiased announcer, but everybody's playing great. I'm not going to take sides. You're playing well. I think it's going to be a great finals, and I'm excited.
Absolutely. LB, thank you very much for joining us right now. We're going to take a quick little break while we get prepared and ready for the finals, and we will bring you that as soon as the conclusion of Thaddy Daddy and Chalk completes, and we're going to give each participant just a couple of minutes to kind of get themselves ready, grab a drink, whatever you guys need to do. Get ready, and we'll probably be back in right around 5 minutes, and the finals should be starting at that point.
All right.